Have you ever woken up in the morning and something just didn't feel quite right? Maybe you felt off balance for a few seconds. Maybe your vision was blurry when you looked at your phone. Or maybe you reached for a word and it didn't come. It passed, so you didn't think much of it. But here's the truth most people don't know. Your brain often whispers before it screams. And those little moments, those strange feelings you can't explain, might be the only warning your body gives you before something more serious happens. Hi, and welcome to HealthyVitaAge. Here we believe that a strong brain means a strong life no matter your age. In today's video, we're going to show you 7 subtle signs that your brain might be struggling in the morning, why they often go ignored, especially after 60, and how to gently catch those signals before they become a real emergency. Most people who suffer a stroke later say, if I had known what those early signs meant, I would have done something. Well, now you will know. And by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to protect your brain, your balance, and your independence starting tomorrow morning. And be sure to stay until the very end, because we'll also share 3 brain-loving foods you can eat for breakfast to naturally protect your blood flow and focus, all backed by science. Let's get started. So what exactly is a mini stroke? Let's keep it simple. A mini stroke is like a brief hiccup in your brain's blood flow. For a short time, just a few minutes, a small part of your brain doesn't get the oxygen it needs. It's almost like someone turned off a light switch and then quickly turned it back on. What happens during a mini stroke? Your brain is like a city. Blood is the traffic that carries oxygen and nutrients to every neighborhood. But sometimes a small clot or blockage stops traffic to one area, just for a moment. That's when strange things can happen, like you forget a word, your hand goes weak, you feel dizzy for no reason, or your smile looks a little uneven. Then just as fast, everything feels normal again. So you think, maybe I imagined it. Maybe I just stood too fast. But that quick moment was real, and it might be your brain saying, please don't ignore me. Why it's so dangerous. The biggest danger of a mini stroke is not having one, it's ignoring it. Because mini strokes are often early warning signs of a full stroke. In fact, studies show 1 in 3 people who have a mini stroke will have a major stroke soon after, and half of those strokes happen within just a few days. That's why every small signal matters, especially in the morning. Why morning matters? Mornings are when your body makes big changes. Your blood pressure shifts. You move from lying down to standing up, and your brain has to boot up after hours of rest. If your blood vessels are already tight or weakened, that's the time when something small can go wrong. And your brain quietly gives you a signal, not to scare you, but to give you a chance to act early. Coming up next, we'll break down the 7 morning signs your brain might be in trouble and how to recognize each one clearly, simply, and calmly. Let's say you wake up. You sit up, you swing your legs over the side of the bed, and then suddenly you feel off. Maybe the room tilts just a little. Maybe your knees feel shaky, or maybe you have to grab the wall. Just to stay steady, it only lasts a few seconds, so you brush it off, but don't. Because that small moment, that quiet feeling of being off balance or dizzy, could be your brain saying, I didn't get enough blood just now. Why this happens? Your brain needs steady blood flow, especially when you move from lying down to standing. But in the morning, blood pressure can drop suddenly. And if your blood vessels are stiff or narrow from age or lifestyle, your brain may not adjust fast enough. That's when you feel dizzy, unsteady, or like your legs aren't fully awake. This is especially common in people over 60, but just because it's common doesn't mean it's safe. What most people say, oh, I just got up too fast. I didn't drink enough water. It's just part of getting older. Maybe, but maybe it's a mini stroke warning, especially if it's happening more often lately. It feels different from your usual morning grogginess, or it comes with other signs like fatigue, blurred vision, or confusion. What you can do: don't jump out of bed, sit up slowly, then stand. Notice how you feel in those first 30 seconds. If you feel dizzy or unsteady more than 2 to 3 times a week, write it down. Share it with your doctor or a loved one, even if it goes away. Your balance is your brain's way of telling you how it's doing. Listen closely, especially in the morning. Coming up next, another common morning symptom that gets ignored, but your eyes know it before you do. You wake up, open your eyes, and for a moment the world looks wrong. Your phone screen looks fuzzy. Letters blur together when you try to read. Or you turn your head and realize part of your view is missing. Sometimes it's like a gray patch in the corner of your eye. Other times you might see two versions of the same object. It clears up quickly, so you think I probably just need to blink. Maybe I slept funny on my eye. It'll pass. But here's the truth, your eyes are fine. It's your brain that may be struggling. Why this happens? Your eyes collect the images, but it's your brain that puts everything together. When blood flow to the vision processing part of your brain is interrupted, even briefly you might experience blurry vision, double vision, loss of vision on one side, left or right, shadows or blank spots in your field of view. This is one of the most common signs of a mini stroke, and it often shows up first thing in the morning when circulation is still waking up. Common misunderstandings. Most older adults blame old age. Dry eyes. My glasses must be dirty. And sure, those can cause some changes. But if the change is sudden, unusual for you and goes away quickly, that's not just aging. That's a signal your brain might have missed a moment of oxygen. What you can do. Don't panic, but do pay attention. Check each eye individually, cover one, then the other. Try to read something simple like a clock or calendar. If your vision improves after sitting down or resting, make a note. Keep a record if it happens more than once. Even short episodes are worth tracking. Vision changes are never nothing. Sometimes they're your first and only warning. Coming up next, a change in how you speak, so subtle you might not even notice, but your brain certainly does. You're talking to a loved one in the morning. Maybe you're reading the news out loud or asking for your morning tea, and suddenly your words don't sound right. Your tongue feels heavy, your sentence trails off halfway. Or worse, you say something completely different than what you meant. Instead of, can you pass me the toast, you say, can you pass me the top? You catch it maybe? Or maybe someone else gives you a strange look. You laugh it off. Oops, I must not be fully awake. That was silly. What did I just say? But that moment might not be so silly after all, because your brain controls your words. And when something's off, your speech is one of the first places it shows. Why this happens, speech isn't just about your mouth. It's about communication inside your brain, from thought to language to sound. If blood flow gets briefly interrupted, even for just a minute, your brain might struggle to find the right words or send clear instructions to your mouth. This can cause slurred or mumbled speech, mixing up words or syllables, trouble finishing a sentence, saying something totally unrelated. It's confusing, embarrassing, and easy to ignore, especially in the morning when you're still waking up. Why people miss it? Many seniors say it's just a morning slip. I probably didn't sleep well. That happens to everyone sometimes. And yes, it might be nothing. But if it happens suddenly, and especially if it's new for you, it could be a temporary brain signal disruption, a mini stroke. Think of it this way. If your voice sounds like someone else's for a moment, that's your brain's way of saying, hey, something's not right. What you can do, try saying a full sentence out loud. Today is Thursday and I feel good. If the words come out jumbled or unclear, pause and notice or ask someone nearby. Did I sound normal just now? If this has happened more than once recently, write it down. You don't need to panic, but don't ignore it either. Because your words are windows into your brain. Coming up next, you've had a full night's sleep, but the moment you wake up, you feel like you haven't rested at all. The sun is rising, the house is quiet, you've had 7 or 8 hours of sleep, but you wake up feeling like you haven't rested at all. Your body feels heavy, your arms and legs feel like they're filled with sand, and just getting out of bed feels like climbing a hill, not tired, drained. You think maybe I didn't sleep well. Maybe I'm just getting older. I'll feel better after breakfast. But sometimes this kind of morning exhaustion has nothing to do with sleep. Sometimes it starts in the brain. Why this happens? Your brain is in charge of your energy signals. It helps you feel alert, focused, and ready to move. But if your brain didn't get enough blood or oxygen during the night, you might wake up with low energy, brain fog, slower movement, a sense that something isn't right. This can be one of the first signs of a mini stroke that happened quietly while you slept. Why people ignore it? Everyone wakes up tired sometimes, right? That's why most people say, it's just a slow morning. I'll feel better after coffee. Maybe I didn't drink enough water. And maybe that's true. But here's the key difference. If you feel unusually tired, especially after a full night of rest, and especially if it happens more than once in a week, don't brush it off. Your body recharges at night. But if part of your brain didn't recharge properly, your energy switch might still be off in the morning. What to watch for: feeling tired to get dressed or make breakfast, moving slower than usual without a clear reason, needing to sit down right after getting up, a heaviness in the body that feels new or strange. Keep track of how often this happens. Write it in your morning journal and notice if it comes with other signs like trouble speaking or vision changes. Your brain can't send you a text, but it can send you a signal, and that signal might be fatigue louder than words. Coming up next, you pick up a cup and it slips. You go to brush your hair, but your hand doesn't respond like it used to. You reach for your coffee cup and your hand doesn't grip like it normally does. You stand up and one leg feels slower, heavier, or slightly asleep. It's not painful and it goes away after a few minutes. So you think, maybe I slept on it wrong. Maybe I twisted it without noticing. I just need to walk it off. But here's something important. If the weakness or numbness is on only one side of your body and comes on suddenly, even if it's brief, your brain might be trying to tell you something serious. Why this happens? Each side of your body is controlled by a different side of your brain. If blood flow to one part of the brain is disrupted, even for a moment, it may not be able to send clear signals to your muscles. That's when you might feel weakness in one arm or leg, tingling or numbness, a strange off feeling in one side of your face, difficulty holding or controlling objects. It's like part of your body glitches and then resets. That glitch may be small, but the risk behind it is not what people often assume. Many older adults think it's just my circulation. I slept in a weird position. I've had this before, it goes away. And sometimes, yes, it's harmless. But if it affects only one side, starts without warning, has never happened before, then it may be more than a stiff muscle. It may be a mini stroke warning sign. What you can do: here's a simple test. Raise both arms at the same time. Does one drift down? Smile in the mirror. Does one side of your mouth droop? Walk in a straight line. Does one leg feel different? If the answer is yes to any of these, write it down. Note the time and tell someone. Even if the feeling goes away, the risk doesn't. Your body is smart. When one side stops listening, it's not just your muscles. It could be your brain's way of saying, please check on me before it gets worse. Coming up next, you walk into a room and forget why. You mix up names, or you stop mid-sentence and can't remember what you were saying. You walk into the kitchen, but can't remember why. You look at the toaster and suddenly forget how to use it. Or maybe you stop mid-sentence and can't recall what you were about to say. You stand there blinking. Everything around you looks familiar, but your mind feels off, like the channel changed for a moment. After a few seconds, it clears. You remember. You continue. But inside, something still doesn't feel quite right. That moment of confusion may seem harmless, but sometimes it's your brain saying, I lost connection for a second. Why this happens: when blood flow to certain parts of the brain is briefly interrupted, your ability to think clearly or recall simple steps can pause. It's like someone pulled the plug for a moment, then plugged it back in. You might experience mental fog, forgetting where you were going, confusing the order of routine tasks, mixing up dates or names you usually know well. These moments are often very short, which is exactly why they get ignored. What people usually say. Oh, I just had a senior moment. I've been stressed lately. Maybe I didn't sleep well. And sometimes, yes, it's just a harmless brain blip. But when confusion happens without warning, and especially first thing in the morning, it might not be stress. It might be a signal. What to watch for forgetting what you were doing mid-task. Feeling lost in your own home for a moment, asking the same question twice within a few minutes, not recognizing something familiar right away. If these moments feel new frequent or stronger than usual, don't ignore them, write them down, talk to someone you trust. Your memory is more than facts. It's how your brain tells you that it's healthy and working. When memory skips, it's time to listen. Coming up next, a headache that doesn't feel like any you've had before, sudden, sharp, and possibly dangerous. You've had headaches before, maybe from stress, maybe from missing a meal, maybe from poor sleep. But this one feels different. It comes on fast, it's sharp, and it doesn't feel like the headaches you're used to. Maybe it's behind one eye, maybe it feels like pressure in your temple, or maybe it hits suddenly like a lightning strike in your head. Even if it fades after a few minutes, even if you've never had anything like it before, that kind of headache could be a sign that something serious is happening in your brain. Why this happens. Headaches happen for many reasons, but when your brain doesn't get enough blood or oxygen, it can react with sudden pain, especially if there's a small blockage or clot. This is more likely in the morning, when your blood pressure shifts and your blood is thicker from overnight dehydration. This type of headache may come with blurred vision, nausea, light sensitivity, or trouble concentrating. Even if you think maybe it's just a migraine, I probably need more water, that may not be the case, especially if you've never had this kind of pain before. What people often say, it's probably nothing. I'll just lie down for a bit. I've had worse, but remember, your brain doesn't make pain for no reason. If the headache is sudden, sharp, or unusual, treat it as a potential warning. Not just another headache, what to watch for headache that comes on suddenly and strongly, pain that feels different from any past headaches, headache combined with other signs, speech issues, weakness, confusion, vision, changes, pain that doesn't improve with usual remedies, rest, water, medication. If you feel this once and it disappears, note it. If it happens again, especially with any other symptom on this list, talk to your doctor. The brain doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers through pain. And if you listen early, you give yourself time to act. Coming up next, we'll bring it all together, review the 7 warning signs, and show you how to start your morning with habits that protect your brain every day. Now that you know the 7 warning signs, let's talk about what you can do every morning to stay ahead of them. These simple habits don't require a doctor. You can do them right at home in just a few minutes to keep your brain alert and your body in tune. Think of this as your personal brain check-in routine, not just to prevent mini strokes, but to help you feel more steady, clear, and confident each day. 1. The smile and speak test. 30 seconds. Stand in front of a mirror each morning. Smile wide. Look closely. Do both sides of your mouth move the same? Say a full sentence out loud. For example, today is a good day to take care of my health. Does your voice sound normal? Are the words smooth? This quick test can help you spot early changes in speech or facial muscle control. 2 of the first signs of a brain issue. It's fast, it's simple, and it could save your life. 2. Raise your arms, gently balance and strength check. While standing or sitting slowly, raise both arms in front of you. Do they lift evenly? Does one feel heavier or slower than the other? Do your fingers respond equally on both sides? If one arm drifts, feels weak, or doesn't follow smoothly, that might be your body hinting at a nervous system imbalance. Track it in a notebook if it feels unusual. 3. Drink a full glass of water within 15 minutes of waking up. Overnight, your blood gets thicker, and dehydration can make your circulation sluggish. Start your day by rehydrating your brain and body. This helps lower your stroke risk, improve focus, and boost circulation. Bonus, add a small pinch of sea salt or a slice of lemon for extra balance. 4. Do light movement. Stretch or walk for 2 to 5 minutes. Before jumping into the day, give your body a gentle wake-up. Try marching in place, shoulder rolls, neck stretches, or a short hallway walk. This improves blood flow to the brain and muscles and helps prevent the sudden shock of standing too fast. A little movement now can protect a lot later. Write down anything that feels off in a morning journal. Keep a small notebook near your bed or breakfast table. Each day, ask yourself, did anything feel different this morning? Did I forget something simple? Did I feel unsteady, weak, or confused? Even if it seems small, write it down. Over time, you may notice patterns that matter. Your memory may fade, but your notes won't. These morning habits take less than 10 minutes, but they can give you early warning signs or reassurance that your brain is doing just fine. Either way, you stay in control. Coming up next, we'll share 3 powerful brain-friendly foods to add to your breakfast to help protect your blood vessels, lower inflammation, and reduce your stroke risk naturally. What you eat in the morning doesn't just give you energy, it can also protect your brain. Especially after 60, the right foods can support healthy blood flow, reduce inflammation, and even help prevent blood clots that can lead to strokes. Let's look at 3 simple, delicious foods you can add to your breakfast that your brain will thank you for. 1. Berries. Nature's antioxidant shield. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. These colorful fruits are packed with antioxidants, which help protect your blood vessels from damage. Studies have shown that berries can improve memory, reduce brain inflammation, lower blood pressure, and help keep arteries flexible. How to enjoy them: add a handful to oatmeal or yogurt. Blend them into a smoothie or eat them fresh with a boiled egg and toast. Small fruit, big brain benefits. 2. Dark leafy greens. Brain fuel from nature: spinach, kale, Swiss chard. These aren't just good for your bones. They're also rich in folate, vitamin K, and fiber, which support circulation and reduce the risk of mini strokes. Folate helps your blood flow more smoothly. Vitamin K supports vessel strength and reduces clot risk. How to enjoy them: saute a handful with olive oil and garlic. Mix into scrambled eggs or add to a breakfast sandwich with whole grain toast. Greens don't have to be boring, just balanced. 3. Fatty fish. Omega-3s for a healthier brain. Salmon, sardines, and mackerel are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which are known to reduce inflammation, prevent clots, and support overall brain health. Even just 2 servings a week can make a difference. How to enjoy them: try canned salmon on whole grain toast with avocado, add flaked mackerel to an egg wrap, or prepare a light salmon salad for breakfast or brunch. Not a fish fan? Consider a good quality omega-3 supplement with your doctor's advice. Bonus tip: combine them for a brain-protecting plate. Here's one idea for a morning that protects your mind. Oatmeal topped with berries, scrambled eggs with spinach, toast with avocado and smoked salmon. Simple, real, powerful. Coming up next, we'll bring everything together in a quick recap, then share one final message you won't want to miss. Let's take a deep breath together. You've just learned something that most people never do until it's too late, that your brain doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers, and it whispers in the morning. Let's quickly recap the 7 subtle signs. 1. Feeling lightheaded or unsteady after waking up. 2. Blurred or double vision or loss of part of your view. 3. Slurred speech or saying the wrong words. 4. Feeling drained even after a full night's sleep. 5. Sudden numbness or weakness on one side of the body. 6. Forgetting what you were doing or feeling mentally off. 7. A sudden unusual headache that doesn't feel like a normal one. Each of these might last only a minute, but each could be a warning sign your brain is asking for help. What you do next matters. Start your day with care. Try the simple morning habits we shared. Smile, speak, stretch, drink water. Notice how you feel. Eat brain-smart foods like berries, greens, and fish. Write down anything that feels unusual, even if it passes, because tracking one strange moment could prevent one serious event. Your brain is still with you. Let's keep it that way. You are not too old. You are not too late, and you are not alone. Every day you care for your brain is a day you protect your independence, your clarity, and your life. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Have you experienced any of these signs before? What's one morning habit you're going to try starting tomorrow? Leave a comment below. We read every one. Your story could help someone else recognize a warning in time. So make sure to subscribe to Healthy Vita Age, like this video if it helped you, and share it with someone you care about, especially if they're over 60. Thank you for spending this time with us. Take care of your mornings, and they'll take care of your mind. See you in the next video.